Ever feel like the stock market is just a lot of noise? Well, what if you could follow a clear signal through all that chatter? Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're following the smart money, the real experts, the insiders, to see precisely where they're putting their cash right now. I mean, it's the classic investor's problem, right? You've got literally thousands of stocks to choose from, and everyone has an opinion. So, how do you decide? Well, one of the most powerful strategies out there is to stop listening to all the noise and just follow the money, the smart money. Okay, so when I say smart money, who am I actually talking about? We're zeroing in on three key groups. First, you've got the company promoters. These are the ultimate insiders. They know their business better than anyone. Then you have the foreign institutional investors, the FIIs. These are the big global players. And finally, the domestic institutional investors, or DIIs, the major investment firms right here at home. Now, when all three of these groups start moving in the same direction, well, that's a signal you absolutely cannot ignore. And that's exactly what we've done. We've dug into the data to find something really special. We are counting down the top three stocks where all three of those expert groups, promoters, FIIs, and DIIs, increased their investment this past quarter. That's not just a trend. That's a powerful, unified vote of confidence. All right, you ready? Let's kick off our countdown in number 3. And it is JSW Steel. Now, take a look at these numbers. You've got promoters up by 0.17%, foreign institutions up by 0.14%, and domestic institutions up by 0.118%. Okay, so these aren't earth-shattering increases, but that's not the point. The really crucial thing here is the alignment. All three groups are buying in at the same time. That shows a really strong, broad-based belief in where this company is headed. All right, moving on up. Coming in at number 2, we see the numbers start to tick up a bit. And it's India's largest paint company, Asian Paints. So again, we see that same unified signal. Everyone's buying. Promoters and FIIs made some small additions, but look at the domestic institutions. They bumped up their stake by 0.32%. For a huge, stable company like Asian Paints, that's a really solid vote of confidence, especially from the folks who know the local market best. And now, for the big one, the number 1 spot. This is the company that didn't just get a nod from the smart money, it got a massive, roaring endorsement this past quarter. Taking the top spot is the IT giant, Infosys. And wow, this is where the story just completely changes gears. We're not talking about fractions of a percent anymore. Promoters, they boosted their stake by over 2%. Foreign institutions, they went even bigger, adding almost 4.5%. But the real headline grabber? Look at the domestic institutions. They increased their holding by a massive, and I mean massive, 13.25%. Just look at this chart. It really drives the point home, doesn't it? That jump from foreign investors, the 4.48%, is pretty impressive on its own, but it's just completely dwarfed by that huge surge from the domestic side, a 13.25% increase. That's not just a small bet. That is a powerful, powerful statement of belief from the experts who are closest to the action. So let's just recap that for a second. We started with JSW Steel and Asian Paints, where we saw this really nice, consistent buying across the board, a solid agreement. But then, boom, we hit Infosys, where that domestic institutional investment just exploded by over 13%. The pattern here is crystal clear. It's one of rapidly growing confidence. You know, the really crucial point to take away from this isn't just about these three specific companies. It's about the power of this combined signal. When the insiders, the global players, and the local experts all start putting their money in the same place at the same time, well, that suggests a really deep, multi-layered belief in a company's future. And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? The one that matters to you. Seeing where the smart money is going is an amazing tool, but the real question is, how does this fit into your strategy? So what do you think? Which of these stocks is on your radar? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me for this one.